Quality education with discipline, values, and innovation is our motto. FG Public Middle School.
Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you all here in our virtual classroom today because, well, we're going to talk about something incredibly special. We're talking about how to become a real-life superhero. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have a cape and I definitely can't fly. But here's a little secret. The most powerful heroes in the world, they don't use magic. They use their brains to fix things that go wrong. So today, we're embarking on this awesome adventure to master the ultimate superpower, problem solving. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a secret formula you can use literally every single day to tackle any obstacle in your way. So think about this for a second. Have you ever been right in the middle of drawing the absolute perfect picture or crushing your homework and snap? Your pencil breaks. Or, oh man, maybe you're just about to play your favorite online game and the internet completely drops. It is so frustrating, right? You get that terrible feeling in your stomach. You kind of want to sigh really loudly or even yell. We've all been there. It's a totally normal part of life. But those frustrating moments, those are exactly the moments when your superhero training needs to kick in. So let's define exactly what it is we're fighting against here. A problem is simply a challenge or a situation for which a solution is required. That's the whole shebang. It's not some scary monster under the bed. It's literally just a situation that needs a little bit of fixing. And here's the really amazing part. Whenever something goes wrong and we try to fix it, we are already doing problem solving. You probably do this like a dozen times a day without even realizing how brilliant you're being. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows we all face these simple, everyday obstacles. I mean, a pencil breaks during class. Two friends have a misunderstanding and maybe get their feelings hurt. The internet acts up. Or maybe you just can't solve a really tricky math question. None of these mean you're doing something wrong. They just mean you've hit a roadblock. And in all of these situations, when you stop, think carefully, and try to find a way around that roadblock, you are actively using your problem-solving superpower. But to be a true problem-solving hero, you need to know this secret formula. And here it is. Problem solving actually has two very important phases. Phase 1 is problem analysis, and Phase 2 is solution development. Think of this as your hero's journey map. If you skip a step, you might end up totally lost. But if you follow these two phases in order, step by step, you can conquer almost any challenge. Let's break these down so you know exactly how they work. All right, let's kick things off with Phase 1, problem analysis. This is the part of the journey where you have to put on your detective hat and pull out your trusty magnifying glass. Because before you jump in and try to fix things, you need to act like a world-class investigator and clearly understand exactly what the problem is. If you rush this step, you might end up trying to fix the completely wrong thing. To really picture this, think about this fantastic quote. Doctors first understand the illness before giving medicine. I mean, I love this analogy. Imagine you go to the doctor because your big toe hurts. If the doctor doesn't ask any questions and just immediately wraps a giant cast around your arm, would that help your toe? No way, that would be ridiculous. The doctor has to analyze the problem first. We have to do the exact same thing with our everyday problems. We can't just guess. So how do we act like a doctor or a detective? Well, we ask the right questions. You should always ask, what exactly is the problem? Why did it happen? Who is affected by it? When and where did it happen? By gathering all of these little clues, you build a super clear picture in your mind of what's actually going wrong. You're gathering all your intelligence before you make your big superhero move. Let's move to and see how this builds. Phase 2, solution development. Now this is where the action happens. You've investigated the scene, you've gathered your clues, and you know exactly what's wrong. Now it's time to close the detective case and actually invent the fix. Solution development simply means thinking of ways to solve the problem. After we deeply understand the issue from Phase 1, we get to brainstorm the absolute best way to fix it. This is where you get to be super creative. You can come up with 1 idea, or 3 ideas, or 10 ideas. Your brain is an idea machine, and in Phase 2, you let that machine run at full speed. Let's look at a really great example of this in action. Say your problem is that you just cannot solve a difficult math question. You analyzed it, and you realize, you know what? I just don't remember the steps the teacher taught us. What's a brilliant solution here? Use a computer to research and learn the steps. A computer is an incredible tool for developing a solution when you're stuck. You can use it to find a tutorial, read an article, or even watch a helpful explainer just like the one we're doing right now. You identified the roadblock and use technology to build a bridge right over it. But wait, actually, Scratch that. Before we rush into action, we have to remember that not every idea is the best idea. To choose the best solution, you have to prompt yourself with these vital questions. What can we do? Out of all our brainstorming, which solution is best? Will it actually work? And most importantly, is it easy and safe? For sure, like if your ball is stuck on the roof, climbing up the slippery side of the house is an idea, but it is definitely not safe. Asking an adult to help with a tall ladder? Much better, much safer solution. Always check your solutions for safety and effectiveness before you act. And this brilliantly illustrates how these two phases work perfectly together in a real scenario, the noisy classroom issue. First, we have phase 1, problem analysis. Why is the classroom so loud right now? Is it during group work? Who is making the noise? We gather our clues. Then we smoothly transition to phase 2, solution development. Now that we know why it's noisy, we can make new class rules, or maybe the teacher can reward groups that work quietly. You see how the first step directly informs the second step? We literally couldn't fix the noise until we understood exactly where it was coming from. Okay, let's look at another really fun analogy. Fixing a bicycle. Let's ground these concepts in the physical world. Pretend for a moment we are all expert bicycle mechanics, and someone rolls a broken bike into our shop. Step 1 is problem analysis. As a pro mechanic, you don't just grab a wrench and start whacking the bike, right? You carefully inspect it. You ask, what's wrong here? Is the tire flat? Is the chain broken? Are the brakes loose? This is exactly what phase 1 looks like in action. You are diagnosing the machine before you even attempt to fix it. Once you know the problem, you move right to step 2, solution development. If your analysis showed a flat tire, your solution is obvious. Pump air into the tire. If the chain is broken, you repair the chain. But here is an absolutely crucial point. Sometimes, the very best solution you can develop is to ask a mechanic or an adult for help. Knowing when to ask an expert for assistance is honestly one of the smartest problem-solving moves you can ever make. All right, time for a class activity, the lost water bottle. Let's bring the energy up and put our skills to the ultimate test with an interactive scenario. We have a mystery on our hands, folks. Someone has lost their water bottle. It's gone missing right here in the room. Let's see how our two-step superhero process handles this real-world crisis side by side. So the crucial point is starting with phase 1, our detective questions. Where was it last seen? When exactly did it disappear? Could someone have moved it while cleaning? Once we have those clues, we jump straight into phase 2, solution development. Based on what we learned, our solutions are to systematically check the classroom, ask our classmates if they saw it, and finally look in the school's lost and found. By splitting the problem into these two distinct phases, we take a stressful situation and turn it into a calm, easy-to-follow mission. And that brings us to the end of our training today, heroes. So I have a question for you. What everyday problem will you solve using your new two-step superpower today? Because you now have the secret formula. Phase 1, analyze like a detective. Phase 2, develop solutions like an inventor. The next time your pencil breaks, the internet crashes, or you lose something super important, I want you to stop, take a breath, and use these steps. I guarantee you're going to be amazed at what you can accomplish. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer today. Now go out there and start solving.
Quality education with discipline, values, and innovation is our motto.